Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B. How you doing, brothers and sisters, and everybody out there in One Pride land? We signed an edge last night. Here I am having a relaxing day, sitting at home, and what happened? We pick up an edge for the same price that AQM walked away for. Now let's compare the stats. Al-Qadim Muhammad, 110 games, 193 tackles, 26 sacks, 58 QB hits, 36 tackles for loss. All decent numbers. Most of those sacks happened last year, and he's 31. DJ Wonnum, 86 games, 250 tackles, 30 sacks, 59 QB hits, and 32 tackles for loss. So we got somebody that's younger and more productive. He's a 6'5", 258-pound edge. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but there's no reason why he can't be just as productive, if not more so, than what AQM was, because of who's opposite him. He was drafted in 2020 by the Vikings. I say that because that means he's 28 years old. He's 3 years younger than AQM. He had a down year, but he was in rotation last year. And he's a better run defender. Ricky, what's up, my brother? So yes, that's it. That's the breakdown in a nutshell. He's played 3 or 4 less years and has 4 more sacks than AQM in his career. 11.5% win rate on the sacks versus snaps. Less games, more tackles, more sacks. A little less on the tackles for loss, but he is more consistent in stuffing the run. And I'm not saying he's going to be our everyday starter, but he's somebody in there. And we got him for the exact same price as AQM at a younger veteran price. But that's with incentives. I believe, if I remember right, AQM got $6 million guaranteed, or with most of it guaranteed. This is $6 million with incentives. So he's not actually making $6 million this year. And I will not say he will be better or worse. But here I am, live, loud, and proud right here. We had level people watching across the whole network. And I hope you all had a very happy St. Patty's Day. But DJ Wonnum, I'm not saying he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying he's going to be the worst thing. He's 6'5", he's 258, very long arms, and he's more productive in 4 less years in the NFL than AQM. If we got 11 sacks out of AQM, why can't we get more out of DJ Wonnum? Because we still have that same Casey Rogers as the defensive line coach. There has been some mild injury concerns, but nothing like Davenport. You know, why does everybody bring up Davenport when that's not the comparison I'm making? I don't understand that. AQM had major injuries in his career, which is why he had more games and less of everything. He just didn't get hurt while here. Not everybody's Davenport. Quit bringing him up. He's gone. God, it's like people want to say names just to piss people off in our fan base. If you don't like the guy, quit bringing him up. He's gone. God, it's just annoying when the fan base does this. And I don't care if it's a friend, I don't care if it's a brother, I don't care if it's a family member. Everybody's always got one guy. Well, hopefully he's better than this guy after they're off the team. Fuck it. Why do I do a show then? If you guys want to run and just compare him to the worst guy that we ever had on our roster right off the rip, go ahead. I just get sick of it. It doesn't do any of us any good to have that mentality every time we sign somebody. You notice I don't bring him up unless somebody does in the chat. I hated him. I hated he was on our roster. I called him Davin Poop, Davin Hurt, Davin GTFOH. I hated the fact we re-signed him last year. I think we're still drafting an edge as well, Broski. He will be rotational. I'm just saying, in his career, in less games, he's been more productive than AQM had been in his entire career. And yes, his replacement will be in the draft this season. It's a 1-year deal. It's not like we signed him to anything big. I think Hostining's going to be more used to back up Hutchinson. I think we're going to draft somebody else. We didn't get to see Hossening all last year. I just hate comparing somebody to the worst team we've ever signed in our career. Davenport was the Mosley of our corner defensive end room. That's something you can say. But don't compare a guy that hasn't even taken a snap on the field to Davenport. At least taking the field for us. Let me reiterate that. Nobody wants to give anybody a chance anymore. Automatically, oh, hopefully he's better than this guy. Jesus. We're going to have to use him more unless we get somebody in the first 2 days of the draft at edge. He would be the starter unless Hassanin beats him out. Yeah, he's a beast. And I told you, and it took him a couple of weeks to get going, but once he got going, he didn't stop until the same time the whole team stopped. Week 9. Week 9 was the last time we had significant snaps. What's with sacks from our defensive ends. That also was the time we switched from Talik Williams to Aleem McNeil as the starter and left DJ Reader next to him. And McNeil had the one game where he collapsed the pocket, looking like the Aleem McNeil of old versus the Buccaneers. I bring that time up because that's the same time that Hutch signed his contract that very next day. Both of them. The defensive line looked good. We won the game. But that was the last time we saw it for 5 weeks. 5 straight weeks. The whole defensive line disappeared. Teams started gashing us in the run game. Then our secondary started dropping like flies after that. Kirby went out the game before. Then right either Thanksgiving Day or the following week, Branch goes out. We lost our 2 best cleanup guys in the secondary There was a reason why Kirby and Branch were always up near the top of the team in tackles, because they were the cleanup crew from when the front seven would miss tackles. It's the way it's always been. And half the time, Branch is setting the edge in the run game, too. So you have pressures but no sacks. And the pressure comes after 4 seconds during that stretch when it started to get bad. Why? Nobody's taking a double team or collapsing the pocket from in the interior, which helps the defensive ends get into one-on-one situations. 2, the secondary is out on an island and we're missing our 2 big center fielders. Everybody did okay, but none of them are Joseph or Branch. 3, our O-line was dog shit. Defense gets gassed. Yet we still managed to win 9 games. Same amount of wins as the Minnesota Vikings, who were ahead of us at 3. Same amount of wins as the Packers, because a tie is a tie. It doesn't count as a win. It doesn't count as a loss. It counts as a half, period. But the wins was 9. RBF. Good to see you. It's time to have a discussion that most Lions fans don't want to have. 2023 and 2024 was mostly due to the regression of the other 3 teams in our division than it was because we were that fucking good. We won the division twice, and we probably shouldn't have. Like 2024 was our best shot out of all of it, but it was ahead of schedule. The roster was not complete. Our defense has never been ranked in the top 10 except in one thing or another here and there under Anthony Glenn. Never, ever has he developed a cornerback to be a Pro Bowl caliber cornerback, even though he was one. Proof of that came when his defense last year had absolutely not one, not a single sniff of an interception. AG's overrated. Great player mentality guy, not an X's and O's guy. I hear you, RBF. So what happens when you win the division twice and you make it all the way to the NFC Championship game the first time, and then you go out with the first round exit in the divisional round? Delusion. We're a good team. We're not great. We had holes. We saw it all year. We filled a lot of them. And Kirby Joseph is working out and looking good. I think he's going to be back for off-season training camp and the whole 9 yards. Terrion Arnold is working out at the facility with the rehab people too. So I think he's going to be fine. That's why you haven't seen us go big names in the cornerback room, big names anywhere else in the safety room, because Branch got hurt at either Thanksgiving or the week after. Which was it? I think it was Thanksgiving. So 10 months for an Achilles is the fastest anybody came back, and that was Cam Akers, a running back, somebody that cut. He had to have a shoulder repair surgery. That minor stinger that he got covering Chase when he left their game in the 4th quarter, he came back, he played through it, and eventually he landed on it again. Right. That's what I'm saying. We dominated those 2 years in the division because they regressed. Well, the Bears were awful when we started to come up, and they stayed awful till last year. Ask Broski, he never sugarcoated it. They were awful. He questioned the fact that I gave him 10 wins and they got 11 prior to the season. I was one of the few Lions guys that said, hey, they got a chance. But I also didn't expect us to get less than 10 wins. And I was wrong. But this year, I do expect 10 wins. Easier schedule, preseason wise. The opponents are easier. I think 3 of the 4 teams are going to go either 3-3 or 4-2 in this division. I think there's a chance there is a team that goes 0-6 this year. Yeah, we don't have as many major holes as everybody thinks. I still think a starting edge as a whole. I think a starting either left or right tackle, depending on what you do with Penei Sewell. He said, I'm open to it, but don't want to switch. So don't draft a right tackle then. That'd be my suggestion to Brad Holmes, which limits you to 3 guys in the first 2 days. If you're going first round, and I don't think we get him now because he's being mocked way earlier than 17 now, Monroe Freeling, Caden Proctor, or Drew Shelton. Those are your 3 true. Blake Miller, when I saw him sliding in those drills at the combine, I don't want him to be on turf for a majority of his career. That's something I paid attention to closely. I don't think our LB room is as bad as you think because we were switching to that 4-3 hybrid defense, which means Alex Anzalone's outside. That's easier to replace than people thought. And we signed Rodrigo. We still have Barnes out there, and we have Trevor Nowaski. So that's 4. I believe a couple more are still on the roster. Let me look. I want to see who all we still have. Garrett Burns, I said him. Jack Campbell, of course. Trevor Nowaski. Malcolm Rodriguez. And that's it. Barnes has been on the outside starting, so I'm not going to say that. He's been the Sam, though. The weak side linebacker is in this draft. There's a ton of them. This linebacking class looks great. There's people that argue with me. I think it's the best linebacker class I've seen since Urlacher came out. And I'm not saying there's an Urlacher in it. I'm saying depth-wise, the linebacking class is pretty damn good. So I think that's why you haven't seen much done at the linebacker department. And Nowaski is going into his 3rd year of development with the team. So I like him. West Canton High School graduate, first team All-State, went to the GLIAC, first team All-GLIAC the year before he graduated. He was the 2nd team All-GLIAC, which is a Division II SVSU team. I saw the kid play in college because I lived right around the corner from SVSU. I loved the kid. And he's still getting better. Granted, he's in rotation, but he makes big plays. here and there when he's put into that spot where he gets a chance to. Interceptions, sacks. He does whatever you want. He covers. He actually covers better than Anzalone if you look at the numbers. Anzalone did not cover that well. He just had pass breakups last year. And I don't think it was because he was that great. I loved Anzalone when he was here. But 2021, I called him analese for a reason. He missed so many tackles that fucked the defense. He started doing it again last year. That I don't see MD in the chat at work, but I know he watches. Just always chat. MMD to MDE. Here we go. But before I not think, let's go up and see who's here. God damn it. Like I said, he's been going earlier. Either Caleb Lomu or Spencer Fanu has been falling lately. Max Ahinacore at 25. I believe he's more of a right tackle. Yeah. Blake Miller, like I said, I liked him, but I didn't like him on the turf in those drills. Caleb Lomu looked okay. Fast guy for a lineman. And look, Proctor's not even in the first round. So technically, look who's still here. Reuben Bain. TJ Parker. Would you take the trade and move back? Or would you go ahead and grab TJ Parker right here? I'm leaving it up to you in the chat. I think I'd take TJ Parker. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's look at that trade offer again. So it gives them a 3% edge or 2.3% edge in the trade. They give us 31. They give us 63 in next year's second. We give up 157, which we still have 181 in the fifth round. And they get pick 17. Screw it. I'm taking it. They went Dylan Thieneman. All right. 38 and 69. 60. No. That one was kind of interesting, but I'm giving up another. I'm not taking any of these. There he is. Look how far he fell. I don't like our Mason Thomas. That's for damn sure. So He didn't work out at the he did the workouts. He did not do any of the testing at the combine other than bench, which he did have an impressive 28 reps. And then there's Cassius Howell, who wasn't the fastest guy. He's basically him. He doesn't have good hand pop and doesn't displace blockers. I would go Gabe Akers here. 56 and 100. No. There he is. And then you can take Caden Proctor right here. You still fix the O line. And then you still got 63. And this is a trade I would do. Yeah, I'm not trading with them again. I gave them enough the first time. I'm not doing. Oh, we get 95. We have 157 back and next year's third. Screw it. I got a third round pick. No. Here's where you go defense. We got our edge. Linebacker. Nope. There we go. Kamari Ramsey. He wasn't even the most athletic guy this draft, this combine. That was actually Robert Spears Jennings, but he's on the small side. He didn't take him. I thought about it. Now, this is a guy I like. 976, 6'4", 195. Did real good. He's better than his teammate Ephesians Brysock that I talked about. I talked about him because of his name. All right. So now, took care of all that. This by far was the best performance out of all the DTs in the drills and athletically, but almost makes too much sense to take him here. I think we need two. I love what Aiden Fisher did in the drills. He didn't run the combine. Then, of course, you got the little fast guy, 6'2", 234, Caleb Alarms, or you could go cornerback again here and take somebody like Julian Neal, 6'2", 203. Or you go back here, go to offensive guard, Fernando Carmona Jr. He's supposed to be a good one. Didn't see much out of him in the drills. Bo Stevens, you can wait for. Tight end, Raritan. He was a specimen. I think this is where I would take that third tight end just in case Brock Wright doesn't return. It makes the most sense out of everything we have, and we have extra picks. Now I'm going to go back to defense. Corner. Nope, not yet. I think I'm going to do another edge anyways. I love this kid. Anthony Lucas. Good size. 6'5", 256. Much after the build of DJ Wonnum. Lander Barton. I'm sorry. I don't let this kid go. 6'5", 242 and has safety skills. I'm going to do one more corner. I'm going to get the teammates to let them develop because they weren't first rounders. Wow. Don't need to do that. Don't need to do DJ Campbell. I like him. I like Logan Taylor. And I've been hearing good things about this kid out of Wyoming. He looked good in the drills, but he didn't run. And Nez Cooper didn't even do the drills. I think I'm going to go. We already got a Boston College. Let's get the Texas kid. And at 22, I take my super sleeper. He's ranked higher than Diego Pavia. So that is our draft. Let's see what we ended up with, because I traded a lot this time. I didn't care. The guy I want was gone. He went way ahead of what I thought. Way ahead of what I thought he would. Let's bring it in. I gained 3 picks in this draft. I think I lost 1. But it shows us all of that. All right. I traded him away and got him back. So I don't think I missed anything here. I traded away 17 and 63, got back 157, and added 95, 31 in there to give us a total of 10 picks, it looks like. I turned that into Gabe Akis, Caden Proctor, Kamari Ramsey, Takario Davis, Eli Raridan, Anthony Lucas, Kendall Daniels, Ephesians Prysock, DJ Campbell, and Jack Strand. I just love Kendall Daniels. He's that guy. Transferred into for his 5th year at Oklahoma, because he came out of Oklahoma State. He was an Oklahoma State Cowboy. And he kind of, because of his size, he moved into that Brent Venables scheme as the hybrid nickel dime linebacker safety role, because he was 6'4" and 230 pounds to start the season. So there's your outside linebacker right there. Didn't take the on earlier. I took the tight end. Yeah, okay. I think he will end up being a Will or a Sam, or keep him right in that role. Let him be that guy. But thank you for watching, everybody. That was mock draft 71, because I wasn't able to get it done yesterday because, let's face it, my internet was more wonky than, well, the government. There. Finally, I get to do some stuff. I've been waiting to be able to get the new song to you. And now my internet's working properly. I don't know what happened yesterday. It had to be due to the wind. We have a new theme song for KCV Sports, guys. It's called The Heart of the D. I'm going to put it in and start it here shortly. I want you guys to preview it before I get off here and tell me what you think.
KCB Sports, where Warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, hear the fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. From Ford Field's glory to Little Caesar's thrill, we're united in passion, it's our dream to fulfill. Cross the ice and the court, the triumph.
Oh, what do you think?
KCB Sports Network, where legends combine. So cheer for our teams, let the stories unfold. With grit and determination, watch the magic unfold. KCB Sports, where Warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, here's our fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. So grab your gear.
You're absolutely right, broski.
So grab your gear. It's time to cheer. KCB Sports, we'll persevere.
I think that's the intro. What do you think there, broski? I see you make this the intro. Love it, brother. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that thing slaps. I love it. It's got the bass. It's got everything I want. It's what I've been looking for. It talks about all the sports. It talks about the Lions, Tigers, the Pistons, the Red Wings, me, and the name of the network. And it's called The Heart of the D. I think I did okay with the lyrics. What do you think? I let the AI create the song. I don't have a music studio, so I can't do all that, but I do pretty good writing. Well, thanks again for watching. Tune in tomorrow at noon. This has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B on the KCB Sports Network. Tune in tomorrow. I'll have any more updates. We'll do another mock draft because that's what I do. I don't do it just for me. I do it for the fans. But thank you. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button no matter what platform you're on, whether it's Rumble, whether it's YouTube, whether it is my channel on Facebook or Rob's or Ken's on Twitter. Hit that like button because that's how we grow our podcast. Have a great day, everybody.
Stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.